Now back on the African continent, where the electricity crisis in South Africa might just get worse, as utility provider Eskom, which supplies almost all the nation's power, may be losing more than a quarter of its current generating capacity over the next 10 years as it shuts its aging coal-fired power plants. According to government estimates, replacing that output and adding new capacity to Eskom needed to meet rising demand will take years and cost more than 1 trillion rand, and the problem is likely to get worse after the year 2030. Although Eskom is building 2 new plants, Medupi and Kusile, they are running years behind schedule and billions of rand over budget, and that won't be enough to plug the supply gap. Eskom, however, says its immediate focus will be to keep blackouts to a minimum by addressing maintenance backlogs, secure enough diesel to run the turbines, use at times of peak power demand, and fix defects at its new power units. Meanwhile, Public Enterprise Minister Pravin Gordhan has assured the business community and the public at large that the load shedding by Eskom in South Africa is over. Mr. Gordhan assures that Eskom has a winter plan to keep the lights on, but efforts from the public and businesses to reduce power usage will be greatly appreciated. So let's take a bit of this into our correspondent in South Africa, Becky Marley, who is giving us a deeper sense of some of the headlines around this and more. Let's get in Becky in here. Becky, it's good to have you on the program. We thank you very much for coming through on the show.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate your time. We hope you have some electricity there to power this conversation. But this is a very serious issue. The Public Enterprise Minister, Pravin Gordhan, is quoted as assuring the public that Eskom's load shedding is over. Is this really so? And what is experienced on the ground in South Africa as we speak? That's where you are.
Well, okay, on the ground, things have been steady right now, but analysts say that what the minister was saying is actually, there is no element of truth in it, because when you are looking at the amount of coal we have, and you are looking at the alternative energy sources that we have, we won't have enough to last, especially now. But the minister was just pointing out that they do have a plan in place, even though he didn't get into detail about the upcoming winter. We haven't really had some serious power cuts lately, but then everyone is just saying no, the minister is just selling people dreams.
But while you're battling that on one hand, electricity is very key to running the train or the railways in South Africa. So President Ramaphosa is expected to unveil new trains. How do you think these new trains will move without adequate electricity, in particular from Eskom?
Well, we are not sure yet because, you know, the old trains were using more electricity, but they are saying the new trains will be more sufficient and they will be using much lesser electricity. It was quite interesting to see even the president himself getting stuck on the train, but then with not enough electricity in the country, one wonders how the logic of them, you know, manufacturing new trains. But according to them, these ones will be using lesser electricity.
The president got stuck on a train?
Yes. It was one of the days where we had the serious load shedding issues, where we had stage 4 load shedding. The president was stuck on the train for a few hours, and it delayed him. It delayed his meeting with the top 4 in the ANC. So yeah, he got the experience himself. He got stuck in the train. Yeah.
Oh, that's really bad. You've got to fix this electricity issue, not just in South Africa, but elsewhere across the continent. Thank you very much for your time today, Becky Marley, correspondent in South Africa, bringing us through some top economic issues, in particular, electricity in Africa's most advanced and industrialized economy.